Hello everyone! This is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies, gentlemen, and everyone watching. Welcome one and all to this newest edition of the Running on Empty Food Review series. I'm your host, the Report of the Week. Thank you for checking in. So, after the last review that I did, which I admit the loss of those sauces hit me hard. After I turned the camera off, I just sat there crying for a couple hours. The sun went down. It was dark. I was still out there. Tears were just coming down, and I thought to myself, you know what? Uh, this next item, it just let it be something other than just some regurgitated insert name from Burger King or Taco Bell. Just let it be something different. And, well, granted, there's like a dozen items out, so I could just pick and choose whatever I want. I guess that sort of defeats the whole purpose of the story. But let's just say that the stars aligned, and I found out that a new pizza has been released from Papa John's. Now, this is an establishment that they do releases fairly frequently, and items like this is one of those items that I'm hoping for the best, and of course we'll see what happens, but I'm certainly hopeful for the best. But like I said, fast food these days, we'll see what happens. It'll be what it is. For a limited time, Papa John's is releasing their garlic 5-cheese pizza. And what exactly is it? The emphasis on this pizza, for the most part, is the crust. And you see a lot of places that do this. Papa John's especially seems to be their main point of focus these days as far as their new concoctions are concerned. So the crust has a garlic, sort of like a garlic parmesan, little bit of spread on it that they sort of, I guess, brush onto the crust for flavoring. And then it has a 5-cheese blend sprinkled on the crust as well. Parmesan, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, and I believe provolone cheeses, all sprinkled atop the crust, and then it's toasted, of course, for a little bit of crisp. So it's supposed to be this cheesy garlic blend on the crust, and supposed to make for an enjoyable eating experience. It's available in large for the price of $12, which, granted, I can't complain as far as the price goes. $12 for a large pizza is a price that you see less and less of these days. You know, a lot of the time now you'd be paying $20 for this. So the fact that this pizza was just $12 is certainly good news, but it has to be a good pizza. If it's bad, then it's still a waste of $12. No special branding. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza on the box there. And as always, it comes with their garlic sauce as well for the dipping. That's what the pizza looks like. Got it with pepperoni. You could get it with any toppings, but pepperoni is always what's advertised, and it's a classic combination, of course. Let's pick a slice, and then the real moment of truth will come. So you see the pepperoni, but there's the crust. So it's supposed to have this blend of all the different cheeses baked onto the crust with the garlic. It's going to be interesting, and hopefully taste good. Let's try it out. The garlic 5-cheese pizza from Papa John's. It's going in. I essentially paused the camera while I was making my way through the pizza itself because this is mostly, just pretty typical pizza, that's not really the main appeal. Of course, everything special about this is in the crust. But I will say that I'm happy with the pizza so far. And it's well structured. You could see there's definitely a little bit of a bake on the bottom of it. So it's not floppy or anything. It has a little bit of a crisp even to it, just as far as the base is concerned. Not necessarily thin crust, I would say. It's more of like a hand-tossed style of pizza. And granted, this is, your typical fast food takeout pizza, so it's only going to get so good. But for what it is, while it is oily, it's not overly so. It's not excessively greasy or anything. There's freshness in the toppings. The cheese is good. The sauce, it does have a nice richness to it. And the pepperoni also, of course, good amount of it. A little oily, but still has that little bit of flavorful, mild spice to it as well. And all in all, as far as just a, fast food pepperoni pizza is concerned, it's pretty good. I really can't complain as far as what I'm receiving pizza-wise is concerned, so that's good. As far as the actual pizza is concerned, I'm happy with it. It's enjoyable, which is good. This is already turning out to be an item that I'm actually going to eat and enjoy once the camera is off. But moment of truth, right? The crust. What's so special about it? What do I notice? Let's find out. It's going in. Not bad. Really, I can't complain as far as the crust is concerned either. When you have a crust like this, I think one issue sometimes is there's not a ton of room to work with unless you want to make the crust bigger and then sacrifice, right, the actual pizza. So you want to try to find the best middle ground, so to speak, where you can maximize the flavor of the crust whilst not taking away the pizza. And I think Papa John's did a good job here. The crust is very crispy, and I think that's to be expected, right? The whole pizza in and of itself is more on the firm side, but this also has that blend of the toasted cheeses as well. And it was fascinating because as I was taking the bite, I could actually detect some of the different types of the cheeses. I could specifically taste some of the Parmesan. I could taste some of the Asiago cheese as well, even a little bit of the Fontina cheese. It's all there. And it blends together nicely, but then there are some of these individual bites where you have a little bit more concentrated flavor from one type of cheese to the other. But it's just in an interesting way. It's like in a pleasant way. It's like, oh, okay, taste a little bit more of this in this bite, but it all tastes good. And that garlic spread that's on it as well isn't overwhelming. And that's important to emphasize, right? The fact that the garlic, because when you see garlic on something, it could get overwhelming very, very quickly. But in this instance, the garlic spread that's on the crust is it's not overwhelming and it's not overbearing. It's just flavorful enough, though, that it obviously does, cut through the whole cheesy blend, and it does give it a little bit of extra flavor as well. So I'm happy with the crust. It's one of these items that I think you've had instances before. I know for sure, I could say this with confidence, where Papa John's has done things like this with the crust, right? Where they've added little cheeses to it, and they've added little garlic seasoning and this, that, and the other thing. So I wouldn't describe this necessarily as revolutionary, But the most important aspect, I think, going into this as a consumer, you're thinking, okay, well, is this worth my time and does it taste good? And thankfully, the answer to both of those questions, in my opinion, is a yes. I think it is worth it. It's $12 for a large pizza, and it does taste good. And again, this isn't like some sort of revolutionary item that's gonna leave your jaw just dropped, and you're gonna think, oh my gosh, it's 5 cheeses on the crust, and it's the garlic on it. You're not gonna be in this state of disbelief or anything. It's one of those items though where you're gonna try it and you're gonna think to yourself, yeah, this tastes pretty good, and then you're gonna go in for a second slice, and right, it's one of those instead of where it's like this is just like oily and just greasy and disgusting. You're actually gonna willingly, right? You're not gonna it's not gonna be forced. You're not gonna think, okay, if I don't eat this second slice, the Papa John's police are gonna show up and they're gonna drag me out and arrest me. I could actually, on my own accord, right, freely take another slice, eat it, and enjoy it. And you're probably going to find yourself doing that. So that's good to see. It's just an item that I think it just tastes good, it's at a good value, and it's inoffensive, but it's flavorful. It's cheesy, not overly so, but not overly garlicky either. And I'm happy with it, so that's good. Shake up the extra garlic dipping sauce for the fun of it. And let's just see if that changes anything at all. I imagine it will to a little extent, but... Even with the garlic sauce, it's not overwhelming, because the garlic in that dipping sauce, it's the flavor is there, but it's a little more buttery as well. So, it gives a little bit of moisture, but even so, the garlic dipping sauce doesn't overwhelm, right, the flavor of the crust. I think they just have a good balance, good quality. I'm happy with this. It's actually one of the better Papa John's releases I've had in a bit, and it's nice to see, at least, so I'm happy. I think they did a good job. It's an enjoyable pizza, and like I said, still at a good price. This large pizza for just $12. Yeah, it's not the most special thing in the world, but it's an item that's at least enjoyable, and you can't complain there. The mom and pop places will do a better job, but for fast food, I really can't complain. I'm gonna give this pizza. I'm happy with it. I've really no real grievances. It's enjoyable. I commend the price as well for a large pizza like this. So no issues with the crust, no issues with the base. 9 out of 10 is the rating. Happy with it. One of the better Papa John's releases lately, so keep up the good work. That's all that I have for you. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm your host, The Report of the Week.